Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. A sisterhood built on struggle, love, and transformation. For more than 4 years, 1,000-Pound Sisters has taken viewers on a deeply emotional journey through the lives of Tammy Slaton and Amy Slaton, two Kentucky sisters whose battles with obesity, health scares, family turmoil, and life-changing victories have made them fan favorites. The story of Tammy and Amy has always been one of contrast, two women united by the same upbringing, the same hometown, and the same desire for better health, yet separated by personality, habits, motivations, and life choices. But in recent months, that contrast has taken on a new dimension. With Tammy undergoing her long-awaited skin removal surgery, the differences between the sisters, physical, emotional, and personal, have suddenly become more visible and more talked about than ever. And Amy, never one to hold back her feelings, has reacted in a way that fans are calling raw, emotional, and surprisingly vulnerable. The differences are so obvious, Amy admits in a confessional during a teaser released for the new season. Tammy looks like a whole new person, and I'm proud of her. But I'm also looking at myself like, dang girl, what happened? What unfolds next is a 4,000-word deep dive into the emotional complexity of the Slaton sisters' evolving relationship, how Tammy's transformation impacts Amy, and why this moment may be a turning point for both women, and perhaps the entire future of the show. A journey 20 years in the making. It's impossible to understand Amy's reaction without looking back at the long, winding road that brought the Slaton sisters to this moment. The world first met Amy and Tammy through YouTube, where Amy posted fun makeup challenges, family vlogs, and mukbang-style content. But behind the laughter, there was always a hint of something more serious, a struggle with their weight that they openly acknowledged but didn't yet know how to tackle. By the time TLC producers came knocking, the sisters were at a breaking point. Amy weighed in at over 400 pounds, while Tammy was nearing 700. Both dealt with mobility issues, chronic pain, and repeated hospitalizations. Their mother's emotional distance and their grandmother's death, who had been their main source of love, left deep wounds that shaped their eating habits for years. Amy was the first to qualify for weight loss surgery. Her determination was strong, motivated at least in part by her desire to start a family. Tammy, meanwhile, continued to struggle, battling severe food addiction, depression, and respiratory emergencies that often left her hospitalized. The sisters' journeys diverged sharply. Amy lost weight, had gastric bypass, got married, and became a mother of 2. Tammy gained weight, nearly died, and was admitted to rehab where she eventually turned her life around. Season after season, fans watched as Tammy's transformation became the most dramatic success story on TLC. Through grit, rehab, and shocking commitment, she went from 717 pounds to under 300. And now, after years of work, Tammy reached the next milestone: skin removal surgery. A procedure that Amy has not yet been cleared for. The surgery that changed everything. Skin removal surgery is often the final chapter in a dramatic weight loss transformation. For Tammy, it meant reclaiming her mobility, relieving discomfort, and finally seeing the body she had worked so hard to achieve. But it also meant something deeper. It was validation. Tammy hadn't just lost weight. She had beaten every expectation. She had done what almost no one believed she could. The surgery itself was filmed for 1,000-Pound Sisters. Viewers saw it all. The nervousness in pre-op, the supportive phone call from her rehab friends, the doctors explaining the risks of the lengthy procedure, the family waiting for news. When Tammy woke up, bandaged and exhausted, cameras captured her first emotional reaction. "I feel lighter already," she whispered, her voice trembling. "For the first time in my life, I feel like I'm not trapped in my own skin." TLC released just a short clip, but it was enough to send fans into a frenzy. Tammy looked dramatically different, leaner, smoother, more defined. For the first time, viewers were seeing the version of Tammy that she herself had always said she knew existed under all the extra weight. And when Amy saw Tammy for the first time post-surgery, she had a stunned reaction. "You look tiny," she told her sister. "It's crazy. The differences are so obvious." But behind the compliments was something else. Something that quickly became a focal point of the episode and of this article. Amy's reaction, pride, jealousy, fear, and heartbreak collide. Amy Slaton is nothing if not honest. Emotional transparency has always been her trademark. Whether she's crying over a failed diet, calling Tammy out for being rude, or documenting her struggles as a mom, viewers know exactly what she feels. So when Tammy walked into the room after her surgery, looking like a completely different person, Amy was struck silent at first. Her eyes grew wide. Her mouth fell open. She couldn't stop staring. "I didn't even recognize her from the back," Amy said later. "Like, who is this girl? This ain't my sister." But at the same time, it is. It's the sister she wanted to be. But then, as the cameras kept rolling, she continued, "It makes me happy. It really does. But it also makes me feel some type of way. Tammy was bigger than me my whole life. That's just how it was. And now she's smaller, she's healthier, she's more energetic. And I'm sitting here wondering, when is it my turn?" This confession caught fans by surprise. Some praised her vulnerability. Others criticized her for being jealous. But the truth is more complicated. Amy wasn't jealous of Tammy. She was feeling something much deeper. One, an insecurity. Amy has gained weight since her 2 pregnancies. Her marriage fell apart. Her mental health has been unstable. She often feels judged online for regaining weight after surgery. Seeing Tammy surpass her triggered those insecurities. 2, loss of identity. For years, Amy was the responsible one, the smaller one, the one who got surgery first. Now, Tammy was all those things. 3, fear of being left behind. Amy has said many times that Tammy is her built-in best friend. What happens when the person you always cared for no longer needs you in the same way? 4, pride. She loves her sister. She truly does. And the joy she feels is real. Human emotions are rarely simple. Amy's reaction was a cocktail of pride, fear, vulnerability, and hope, and all of it made for one of the most powerful sister moments in the show's history. The differences are so obvious. What Amy really meant, Amy's now viral line, "The differences are so obvious," wasn't just about physical changes. It was about everything. Tammy's mindset, Tammy's confidence, Tammy's independence, Tammy's peace. For years, Amy and the rest of the family walked on eggshells around Tammy. They feared pushing her too hard, upsetting her, or triggering episodes of binge eating or depression. This meant Amy often played caretaker, policewoman, therapist, and referee. Now, Tammy was walking tall, smiling, cracking jokes, and moving freely. She didn't need Amy in the same way. This shift shook Amy more than she expected. "I feel like I'm watching Tammy grow up," Amy tells producers. "And I'm proud. But it's weird. It's like, she don't need me no more. At least not the same way." The differences she saw weren't just physical, they were emotional and relational. And as it turns out, they were also a two-way street. Because Tammy had thoughts of her own. Tammy's response, a graceful, emotional moment for a new woman. When producers asked Tammy about Amy's reaction, she spoke with a surprising depth of compassion. "I know Amy's been struggling," Tammy said softly. "And I get it. She wants to be where I'm at. She wants to get her skin removed too. She wants to feel better about herself. And she deserves that." Tammy paused, wiping tears from her eyes. "For a long time, Amy carried me. She was the strong one. She took care of me. She drove me places. She fought for me. And now that I'm healthier, I want to be the one lifting her up." For fans who have watched Tammy lash out, cry, break down, and shut down over the years, this moment was almost surreal. This wasn't the Tammy the world met in season 1. This was a woman who had been humbled by hardship, strengthened by rehab, and transformed not just physically, but emotionally. I don't want Amy to compare herself to me, Tammy continued. We both had different journeys, and she's still on hers. What viewers were witnessing wasn't just a conversation, it was a rebirth of their sisterhood. The shift in power, a turning point for the sisters. For most of their lives, Amy and Tammy had a certain dynamic. Amy equal the helper, the caretaker, the responsible one. Tammy equal the vulnerable one, the emotional one, the one who needed support. But now, everything is shifting. Tammy is becoming stronger physically and mentally. Her confidence is rising. She's making decisions on her own. She's feeling proud, capable, and excited for life. Amy, meanwhile, is dealing with single motherhood, post-surgery struggles, weight regain, emotional exhaustion, low self-esteem, a messy breakup. Fans have long wanted Amy to focus on herself, but the truth is, she doesn't quite know how. Her identity has been so tied to helping Tammy that she now feels unsteady without that role. This changing dynamic is one of the biggest storylines in the new season, and for good reason. It speaks to something universal. What happens when the roles you've had your whole life suddenly flip? For the Slaton sisters, the answer is complicated but beautiful. A bond that doesn't break, even when it bends. Despite the emotional turbulence, both sisters agree on one thing: they are each other's strongest support system. Amy tearfully admitted in one scene, "I know I get emotional. I know I get jealous sometimes. But Tammy is my sister. I'm always going to be proud of her. And I'm always going to love her." Tammy held her hand. "And I'm always going to be proud of you," she said. "You're a good mom. You're stronger than you think. And you're going to get there. I believe in you." In 4 seasons, the Slaton sisters have fought, reconciled, cried, yelled, and left. But no matter what, they always come back to each other. Their bond is unbreakable, even when it's messy, especially when it's messy. And Tammy's surgery, instead of dividing them, may actually bring them closer than ever. Fans react, a mixed storm of pride, concern, and debate. After the episode aired, social media exploded with conversation. Some fans praise Tammy. "She looks incredible. This is the comeback story of the decade. Proud of Tammy. She earned this moment. This is the best version of Tammy we've ever seen." Others expressed concern for Amy. "You can tell Amy is hurting inside. I hope she doesn't feel like she's falling behind. Amy needs the same care she gave Tammy all these years." And still others focused on the deeper message. Sisters go through stuff like this. They love each other through it. The comments were overwhelmingly empathetic. For once, the fandom wasn't attacking one sister or the other, they were rooting for both. What's next for Tammy and Amy? Tammy's transformation is far from over. Skin removal surgery is just one step. She still has physical therapy, muscle toning, additional procedures, ongoing weight maintenance, self-esteem rebuilding. Meanwhile, Amy has begun exploring her own next steps. In recent scenes, she's seen meeting with a therapist, considering a return to structured dieting, scheduling appointments with her bariatric team, working on self-confidence, balancing motherhood with health goals. There are rumors reported by multiple fan pages that Amy may be evaluated for skin removal surgery eventually, once her weight stabilizes and her doctors feel confident she's ready. If that happens, it could set the stage for another emotional arc, not just a physical transformation, but a chance for Amy to reclaim the spotlight in her own life. A new chapter for the Slaton sisters. The differences are so obvious. Amy's words have echoed across fan discussions, reaction videos, and social media posts. But the truth is, the differences have always been obvious. And that's what makes the sisters' journey so compelling. Tammy's new body, Amy's emotional vulnerability, their shifting roles, their evolving identities, their unconditional love, all of it creates a portrait of sisterhood that's raw, real, and unforgettable. Tammy's skin removal surgery didn't just transform her appearance. It transformed their relationship. It transformed their story. And perhaps it transformed the entire future of 1,000-Pound Sisters. As fans look forward to the next episodes, one thing is certain. The Slaton sisters are changing, together, separately, and beautifully. And the world is watching every step of the way.